When you have the community, however you decide to participate in this community, what makes it real? What makes the relationship in that community real versus just surface level acquaintance, if you will? What makes it real?
I think that goes back to, what we were talking about at the top of the conversation where, the common denominator, where that common denominator that is that binding denominator for the community, that binding common thread. The first factor is, where does that binding thread rank on your list of important things to you in terms of how you self-identify? I think that's one of the things that determines if it's real. Because again, if it's low on the list of things that you use to describe or identify yourself or perceive to be part of your identity, then I don't think that the level of engagements is going to be as real. The other piece is, I think for me, revolves around risk.
Mm,
Are you in this group and willing
risk.
to be your authentic self? Take a chance of, pushing this facade aside, pulling the curtain back and being your authentic self in this group. And that level of willingness to be genuine also impacts the intensity of the relationships in that community.
Yeah. So if there's not a degree of trust in a relationship, it's going to be really hard to participate in that community. I know for me, I'm more willing to open up and share if it's someone or a group of people that I feel that I can be authentic with. And if I can't, that means that there's some level of distrust there and I'm not gonna open up. So I think that that level of trust is really important when we talk about community because it's for me that's part of where the real is if we can have a mutual trust.
Mhm. I mean, it matters who you spend your time with, because as much as we may want to say that I'm solid in who I am and things like that, the people that we are around influence us. They rub off on us, and that's a two-way street. So the choices that we make in our communities also end up having some more oomph to them to shape our identities. There's a Bible verse about that. Iron sharpens iron. And so the countenance of a man sharpens the other. So the people that you're around have an impact on you, uh, good or bad.